Hello everybody, happy Monday the 26th of September. Holwyn Jennings here, channel for my spirit guides, intuitive coach and healer, and I'm here to channel the energies of the week, which I do on most Mondays, to help you to navigate your week, to help you understand why things might be happening in the way they are happening this week, or maybe so that you get a heads up about what the energies are and you can use them to your benefit, right? So it's helpful little tips for how you might be feeling, how you might be being affected this week, and how you can use those energies to your advantage. So as I said, I'm a channel for my guides, so I verbally channel them and they give their insight through me, obviously. If you're stuck or in need of some clarity or some guidance yourself, then please feel free to message me and we can set up a one-to-one appointment with you to help you with any upcoming decisions you need to make, or clearing any blocks you might have to moving forward and creating your best life. So this is a little snippet really of how they can be helpful. Okay, so we have a lot of mental energy coming in this week, things changing and people making decisions to move forward actually, and letting go and setting intentions, and that all fits in with the energy of the new moon that we had yesterday, and that will still be playing out. So let's see what's going on, shall we? Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to connect with you today. Thank you for listening. Right, so we're just going to give you an idea of what the energies of this week may be like from today up until Sunday, the 2nd of October. All right, so yes, so we were chatting with Olwen earlier, and there seems to be what we would call winds of change coming about this week. So there's a lot of activity, a lot of people wanting to make progress in their businesses, in their lives, and taking action. For a lot of you, it's the end of a difficult situation. You're starting to feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. That is because you have really been focusing on the outcome that you want, which is fantastic. And even though it's not always been easy to get there, you can see now that you are getting there. So definitely the end of any difficult situations. It's as if the energies are supporting you in making the changes that you wish to make. And of course, the universe will, if the universe feels that it's in your best interests. At the same time, there may be a need for some of you to stand your ground, which is all right. So if you're making changes, sometimes people question those changes. But if they're feeling right for you, then just stand your ground. For some of you, there's a decision that you need to make this week as a choice, which direction to go in maybe. And our suggestion here would always be to listen to your intuition, tune into your intuition. What is it trying to tell you about which direction to go? But it may well be that even then you're not entirely sure. So if you need to speak to a third party, then do. Somebody who can help you. But at the end of the day, there's a lot going on this week in terms of you bringing change into your lives, wanting the change, but to do so you're having to let go of certain things. You're very well supported by the new moon, because that's all about setting new intentions as well. Even though the new moon's in Libra, which is a lot to do with romance and relationships. It's also about balance, and when you're making your decisions, it is about not only tuning into your intuition, but finding that balance of what's fair for all involved. All right. So, but things are really looking up and you're making progress, which is wonderful. So when you're thinking of how can you use these energies this week, just know that they're very supportive of you making change if that's what you want to make, and that they will give you, there's a lot of sort of mental energy. What we mean by that is the thinking energy, the making decision energy around, and that will help you come to your decisions, either by using your logic or by using your intuition, or the best of both worlds is to use both. All right. Yes, and that's really what we're seeing. So that by the time you're coming into October, which will be at the weekend, you're starting to feel like you're making progress. And yes, things may have ended, but there are new beginnings coming in for most of you. And as we've said, if you've been having a difficult situation, then there's really light at the end of the tunnel. Moments of clarity this week for sure. As we can only describe it as we're seeing wind, and that is sort of blowing off the cobwebs, blowing things away in your mental space. We're not saying you're going to get blown away on a windy day here, but we are sort of making that analogy. So we hope that helps you. Okay, so hope that helps. Things looking up. I felt like, you know, the change could be in your business, your career, or your personal life. But it's definitely that feeling of things moving on for the better. And, you know, perhaps some of you moving beyond your comfort zone as well. So I think it's going to be an interesting week. And actually, I'm feeling, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So we're coming into October, and that's, I think, Mercury Retrograde is ending this weekend, which is also a good thing. So again, communication getting easier for us. I'm pretty sure it's this weekend. If not, it's pretty close. So I'm wishing you a wonderful week, and you know where I am if you need, you know, any guidance or clarity. There's lots of ways in which I can work with you. Just message me if you're stuck, or just wanting some confirmation about something. So have a wonderful week. Bye for now.